Finally, I will go over the individual events for limited prep is what we'll start with. The first limited prep individual event is extemporaneous speaking. Extemporaneous is a 7-minute speech on a current event using sources and research to answer a question that they got 30 minutes ago. So the student gets a set of questions. They have 30 minutes to research and answer that question, and then they will give you a 7-minute speech. The students for this event will come in one at a time because the rest of the students are still preparing. They receive their prompts 7 minutes apart from each other so that they will come in 7 minutes apart from each other. That's extemporaneous speaking. Listen for them to answer the question properly, listen for good evidence, and listen for a good amount of evidence. Something between 7 and 12 sources is a good amount of sources. The second limited prep individual event is impromptu. In impromptu, the student is going to be given a sheet with 3 different quotations on it. You will have this sheet and you will call up the students one at a time in their speaker order. Students will receive the topic and they will have 2 minutes to prepare a 5-minute speech. As soon as they have the paper, give them a moment to open it and start time. You will verbally give time signals by saying 30 seconds used, 1 minute used, 1:30 used, and if you're like me, 1:45 used. The student should be up and ready to speak by 2 minutes. The clock is continuously rolling, so once 2 minutes is started, you will give them 5 minutes and they should be speaking by this time. Then from now on, you will give them 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 30, and then you will count down 10 seconds until they're done speaking. And then you'll give them applause and you'll call up the next contestant to do the same thing. The next set of individual events is original. Under here we have original oratory, or OO. In this category, it's an original speech to persuade you on any appropriate topic or issues. Solutions are not necessary and sources are encouraged. Original advocacy is OA. This is similar to oratory, except the students should have a solution. So original oratory, more informative. Original advocacy, the students are advocating for a change. They may talk about local issues, international issues, etc. Expository, or expos, is an original speech informing you about something. Props are encouraged in this one, and sources are encouraged. So again, we have OO, which we're talking about a problem but not giving solutions. Original advocacy, we are advocating and giving solutions. And expository, we are informing you about something. The final original event is original prose and poetry, or OPP. In this event, literature is written by the performer, and so you're watching them perform either a piece of prose or a piece of poetry. The time limits for these are 10 minutes. Students should not go over 10 minutes, but you should not stop them if they do. If they do go over 10 minutes, you can do one of the following. A, you can rank them all the way to last because they've gone over time. B, you can take it into special consideration if they were the best speech in the round, maybe you rank them 2. Or if they really outdid themselves and they were just over time, you can leave them the ranking they were. As I said before, you're the judge and by default you are correct, so it's up to you to make the decision. The next set of individual events is the interpretive events. In these events, the students will be performing someone else's body of work, kind of like a monologue. The first one is thematic interp. In thematic interp, students will be performing a theme with 3 or more different kinds of different kinds of literature. The students will use a black book that's about this size, and they will use it to interpret their piece from. They may use the book as a prop. It can be used in their performance, and they should not have any other extra props besides the book. This is the only event in which they will use the black book. The second interpretive event is humorous interp, or HI. This is simply a performance where the goal is to be funny. The next one is dramatic interp, where the goal is to be dramatic and serious. Then there's duo interpretation, which is either funny or dramatic or a mixture of both, which will involve two performers. Then finally, there's oratorical interpretation, where the students take somebody else's speech, so Martin Luther King Jr.'s I Have a Dream speech, and they will perform that. Again, the time limits are 10 minutes, but you will not stop the performers. And you will not give time signals for either of these ones, the interpretive or the original individual events. Some of your students might be double entered. In this event, the student will write on the board their name with the words DE or 2X. If the student is double entered, you will let those double entered students perform first. That means that the student needs to go to another room, so it's very important that you allow the student to speak first so that they may go to their second round and that the tournament will continue to move on smoothly. Some things might go wrong at the tournament. Perhaps you get to your room and the door's locked. Maybe your speaker or the debater doesn't show up. If you can't find your room, maybe you see another round going on in your room. There might be a class going on in your room. All of these things could happen. If you run into any problems while you're at the Jack Howe, please feel free to call our help desk number at 562-234-2196. That's 562-234-2196. Some additional tips and suggestions for the Jack Howe will be, first of all, there will be a judges training each morning on Saturday and Sunday. If you need more information on the different types of events, more than this video has to offer. Those judges training sessions will take place at 7:30 a.m. in PH1 141. That is right next to the faculty lot 8. That's PH1 141 for Jack Howe Judges Training at 7:30 a.m. This training will also be with college students, so there's no need to wait in line to sign in if you're not there to get credit for your college class. Go ahead and take a seat somewhere in the back and help yourself to some refreshments. As a warning, there is no free parking at Cal State University Long Beach. Please purchase your parking stubs at one of the parking meters, or you can pay for hourly parking at any of the metered parkings. At our website, www.beachforensics.com, you can find lots of additional information to help guide you through your 2013 Jack Howe Memorial Tournament. There you will find a map marked with parking information and tournament hotspots. There you will find a digital copy of the Parents' Judges Guide. Also, some instructions on how to judge various events. Additionally, the complete copy of tournament rules and regulation, links to campus resources, and information for your students on our competitive forensics team. Please stop by our site before the tournament to get a copy of the map to expedite your parking the day of the tournament. For directions to CSULB from various parts of the Southland, please navigate to http://daf.csulb.edu/maps/directions.html. Again, thank you for judging at the 2013 Jack Howe Memorial. Because of your commitment to your student success, the tournament is guaranteed to be a success. Thank you for listening, and go Beach!